Hi guys, welcome to Fierce and Pretty. Today I want to talk to you guys about my new drum and also my two experiences that I had last week, including drums. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So just like my first drum that I bought from Lapland, also this new drum is Finnish handcraft and also made out of reindeer leather. But the creator is different. This is from a Finnish company called Rumpu Ukko. So rumpu means drum in Finnish and ukko, well, as you might have seen in my video about Ukko's rock, Ukko was the supreme god in old Finnish pagan religions, and Sami religions, but Ukko also as a Finnish word nowadays, it means an older dude. Ukko is also a name that a boy can have. Even today, not very traditional anymore, but if you hear the word Ukko, you firstly think of an old dude. So that's the story behind the name of the creator. I will link the site down below. But the majority of drums that I see sold online are made of this, often with this batik coloring, is it called? I don't know. When you twist and turn the fabric and you get this kind of hippie style clothing coloring, and that's never been my cup of tea. I've never bought clothes that look like that. I'm shy when it comes to color. and my taste is often really precise. I know immediately what I like and what I don't like. So the moment when I saw an ad on Facebook about this drum, I instantly knew that I had to have it. And because my birthday is coming next month, so I thought maybe I would splurge myself for a bit. But here, this is my new drum. And as you can see, it's very different than the first drum. The shape, this one is round. And also the whole theme of the paintings is different. The other one is from Lapland, a traditional shaman drum. But this one is a Viking age rune type of Norse mythology imagery. This one is called Vegsvisir, so it's like a kind of a Viking compass image, and then there are the runes of the Elder Futhark surrounding it. But actually, I found one error here. Actually, one rune is missing. Here, between Ingus and Dagas, we should have the rune Otila. So I saw that it was missing. And why I think that's interesting, I'll let you know. But here, if we count the runes of the Elder Futhark, there should be 3 set of 8s. So altogether 24 runes. But here, if we start with Fehu, we only get to 23. And the meaning of this rune, Otala, is legacy. And I'm gonna read you again a passage out of the Tulejan Tupa website, translating it from Finnish to English, because I really appreciate these verses that she has created there. Otala is the land of the forefathers and the sacred unity over generations. Do you know your own tribe? What valuable is there in your roots and in your family lineage? Otala encourages you to find the spiritual and physical home. And when you have found your own place, all the waves and storms of life feel more safe. But what it makes me think when Otala is missing from where it should be. And by the way, there are also discussions between which should be the last rune in this Elder Futhark sequence and whatnot, but I'm not gonna go deeper into those. But when the legacy is missing, I think that it will encourage me to search deeper into also my own heritage, my family and my bloodline, but also as a person living up here in Finland, even though Finland isn't so directly linked to the Viking season, Viking era and those things, but the Norse pagan mythology and heritage transferred and through time from the Germanic tribes upwards to north. So I think for me this drum could be a tool to search back for my legacy, if you get the riff there. But it having a bit of misprint or lack of print, I don't care. And also, if you're wondering about this darker spot there, it's just the skin and the coloring of the skin, because they are made out of skins of the reindeer. Every skin is and has been a living organ, and it's different and unique in its design. But I think this just makes it more personal to have this little spot where, even though this, I could just see a picture of this drum, I would always know that it is my drum. And as I showed in the earlier video, there is the picture of my drum, and there you see the different colored spot. But the sound of this drum, this Vägsvisir drum, is amazing. It's deeper, really earthy, deep sound. So I'm really interested of starting to use this drum and see, because my other drum, it has a bit more high-pitched, sharper tone, but this one is really, burly. It makes me think of a bear or a hairy, super masculine dude, like this Odin type of primordial energy in this sound of this drum. And the drum is, the leather is attached with these strings on the side, and this is birch tree, the frame. And behind it's also a different, because in my Lapland drum it has the branch, but this has these strings and this little round thing, and it's really light to hold, so it doesn't weigh on the hand while playing, even for longer periods of time. And this drum has a different type of mallet, or the stick where I beat. It's made out of this fabric, quilt fabric, and it's just a wooden stick. But but it has a nice sound and it feels sturdy in my hands. So I have a plan of initiating this drum during this full moon that we're having the last day of this month. And I want this drum to carry a bit different type of energy than my first drum that was initiated up in the mountains of Lapland. So with this one, I'm gonna do something different here in the south during the full moon. I think that's gonna be something special for me to do this Saturday. So I think I mentioned in my earlier videos that I was going to this drum healing after we came home from Lapland, and I just wanted to share you a little taste from my experience. So I don't know exactly what to call that and how to define that experience. It wasn't drum healing per se. We didn't have the intention of healing. I wasn't lying down, and he told me, this dude that was doing this session, that he also does this specific drum healing where drumming is included and also touching the body, like in the energy healing that I have experienced earlier with a different person. But it was something totally different. A really shamanic, powerful experience that resonated in my whole body and my mind. We were at the end, after discussing and having our intentions for the trip or the drum journey, we were in a dark room, and he started to do his thing. He started to call in the spirit to the room, and I was so tempted to just peek a little behind my eyes and see what he was doing, because I was so interested to learn. But then I thought, no, keep my eyes shut, ground myself, and really started to focus on my breathing, to let go of the monkey mind. So I found it, when I'm going to energy healer and also this drum session, that it's important to, for me at least, to act in the same way in that moment as I am doing while I'm meditating, trying to calm my analytical mind that is thinking. So I started to calm down. He was using sage and something else, an incense that smelled beautiful when he was purifying me, and then he started chanting, I guess would be a proper word to describe it. And the first sound that came out of his body, it was so different than his speaking voice, and it just resonated through me so hard, like this deeper sounds and blowing sounds and everything. It was so awesome. Then the drum came in, and the way the drum resonated in my whole body, even on the front of my legs, in my shins, how I felt the drum. And when he was first, cleansing me and doing the first drumming before the journey, when he was drumming somewhere in front of my chest, how it resonated in the chest cavity of mine, and how I felt the whole heart chakra area, expanding and bursting, and it was amazing. And first I thought that maybe this journey might not happen, and I again started to calm down my mind and just say to enjoy whatever is going to happen. And eventually the journey was success. And I got to experience for the first time a conversation with a spirit, I guess. And it was a cheeky elephant that I met, and we were talking. It was a cheeky spirit that I was talking with, and it was surprising, but so powerful, really powerful. And when the session was ending, during the session I felt a lot of energy in the room, a lot. And his chanting and his drumming, they came from different places, and that's impossible because you are singing and drumming in one body, but it felt like he wasn't even there, that somebody else was making all that music, and the air current that was present sometimes. It was weirdly physical experience, and how my body reacted and moved during this session. It was something that I had never experienced in my body. But overall, totally worth going to. Powerful experience. Maybe I'm gonna do that sometime again, but I'm mainly gonna focus on using my own drum and getting used to my own drum. But I just wanted to experience drumming and what happens in my mind when somebody else does the physical work, when I can just concentrate on being rather than doing. And then this guy had told me that he's having a drum circle on Wednesday, because I visited him on Monday, and I said, okay, maybe I'll come. I was a bit nervous. Even though I'm a really social and open person, I'm quite a solo hobby kind of person. I work with people all the time in sales job, but when it comes to doing something really important, and I rather often do things by myself. And I was nervous to see what type of people there were and how I'm gonna fit in, and all these really childish, scared thoughts. But I overcame my fears. Even my daughter said, "Mom, it's gonna go well, just go there." She was so supportive. And I went. It was a dark night, stormy dark night, and it was in this cottage by a lake. And I was a bit late because I couldn't find it. It was pitch black and it was in a different city. And when I saw that dude, he opened the door to me. He said, okay, calm down, ground yourself. It's time to relax. You're here. Everything is okay. And the people were nice. We had this little time going, introducing ourselves, people of different ages and genders, but really kind people, as you might imagine when talking about spiritual circles. So really nice people. But as an experience, the same guy who did my drumming on Monday was leading the ceremony, and it started the same way, him asking the spirits in his same matter actually as he did on Monday, and then he started to play, and I was sitting on a sofa, my eyes shut, and my drum was beside me, and I didn't know, I wasn't sure when we were supposed to start playing actually. and these practical, when should I start? And then when I heard some drum tapping next to me, I first thought that somebody was doing this on their drum, and then I peeked a bit, and then I realized, okay, the lady next to me was playing, so I took my drum and started playing. And actually it was quite hard for me because there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drums playing, and even though the idea was to stay in the same rhythm or beat in a way, that didn't happen. It was kind of, and I'm really sensitive to music because I've been always playing by the ear, so I get annoyed if somebody plays something wrong or out of beat, or dances out of beat, because I think beat is just, it has always been so natural to me. When I hear whatever drum beat, bass beat in music, whatever, it just takes me. And you know, when people, when they clap out of sync, those type of things, they just hurt my ears. and I was struggling in the beginning of trying to find the correct beat, because there was coming different beats from everywhere, and it wasn't in sync in any way. So I took my drum, the Lappish drum, and I was holding it kind of as a shield and playing it really close to me. And then, well, it felt like I was playing 10 to 15 minutes, but at the end they told me it was over an hour. So I don't know kind of what all happened during that. The main feeling I remember was the struggling with the crazy beats, and then feeling a lot of energy coming from higher above, a bit crushing energy. And so as an experience, it was totally different than the first solo experience. But it wasn't bad, I'm not saying that, but it actually led me to an idea that maybe I could try to put one AirPod in my head and listen shamanic drumming from one drum, and then on the other side play my drum, so I could join the beat. And whenever I feel like I want to just enjoy the journey and just go with the flow, I could just put my drum down and continue and lay down. And I actually did kind of a drum meditation this week on Monday one morning, and it was a fun experience. So I'm trying all these ways of bringing in the drum to my practice and finding the best way to enjoy these beautiful pieces of art, this beautiful handcraft, these beautiful spiritual tools, and finding my own way and creating my own legacy with this drum. So when I'm gray and old, maybe the Otala will appear there in some way. Maybe I have then created the legacy with this drum. If you have any questions on my drum experiences that I went through, or of this drum or my other drum, just put them down below, and please share if you have any good ideas of how to use the drum, what you've done, what you've heard, and if you have a drum. By the way, it sucks that in YouTube you can't put pictures of your stuff in the comment section. That would be awesome. But if you want to send me a picture, you can put it on Instagram and tag me in it, so I will see if you have a drum. That would be awesome. But I'm gonna end this video with a short sample again of this Vägvisir. Gorgeous new drum of mine. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time. Bye.